that to make you feel really, really good so that you keep going back. You continue your contact. And that's usually the first step in any mind control situation. Love bombing happens first, where you basically act like you're the greatest thing in the world that ever happened to them. Make you really feel good about the whole interaction so that you continue it. And then the Bible study continued. And all of I was learning sounded really, really wonderful. So they began going over this Live Forever in Paradise book with me and my wife as well. My wife smoked, and religion did not allow smoking. So as time went on, she did not quit smoking in spite of their begging her to do it. She never really quit. So I made progress from the religion standpoint. She did. This roused up envy in her because God was supposedly approving me and not approving her. That's what the religion promoted anyway, that God would reject you if you smoked cigarettes. And granted, smoking is not a desirable thing, not a desirable habit. She was not part of those cigarettes. And it got to the point where she would lie to the study conductors, tell them that she quit, so that after a while this had started happening, and when she went without cigarettes, she would just start going berserk if she didn't have her cigarettes. It used to be when we lived in town, she could walk to the store and buy them. She didn't have a license, so I had to drive her everywhere. So when we lived in town, she would be able to go to the store and buy cigarettes on her own. I wouldn't have to take her. But then I moved out 10 miles from town. No stores around, so I had to take her to get cigarettes. Religion told me I shouldn't take her to get cigarettes anymore. I'm contributing to her habit, so I tried not to. But it came down to one time she was just going berserk so much that she hopped in the car and started playing around with the shifter, and the driveway was a the hill down to the street, and suddenly the car lurched backwards, rolling down the hill backwards, across the street, and toward the woods on the other side. It went down after that, another embankment. But somehow, for one, nobody was coming down. It wasn't a very busy street. Nobody was thankfully coming when that happened. And then also, somehow a rock caught the wheel of the car, and it didn't keep going into the woods down that second embankment. And after that, I said, that's it. I don't care. I'm going to have to either make sure she gets her license, or I'm going to have to get her cigarettes, or she's going to end up seriously injuring or even killing herself if I don't. That's how bad it was. I eventually went on to get baptized in the religion, but she never did. It got so bad I didn't want to divorce her. She was always like that even before the religion, but it got worse after the involvement. So getting back to the hooks, the love bombing was the hook they used at the beginning. And then after that, it moved over to the guilt trip that God was going to reject you if you didn't do what we told you, what we tell you to do. God is going to reject you. He's going to cast you off if you don't do what we say. Study conductors. So it gradually shifted over more to that. And then telling me I had to get rid of all my former friends because they wouldn't be a good influence. So of course they do that to isolate you and make you totally dependent on that religion and people in it for everything. So that it makes it even harder to leave later if you decide to want to. You're faced with total isolation if you do, because all your former friends are gone. You don't have them as a support group anymore. If you leave that religion, you have no support group whatsoever. You decide to leave it at a later time. Very, very difficult. On top of that, you have to overcome the feeling that God is going to abandon you if you do leave. That they throw at you. So I'm going to end this recording. This is a test run. I'm kind of doing things a little differently on this. And I'm going to have to see how this all came out. I'm going to end this here.